Imagine this. It's March 31st, 1922. Deep in the Bavarian countryside, an isolated farmhouse sits under the cover of darkness. Inside, a family prepares for bed, unaware they are about to become victims of one of history's most haunting unsolved crimes. Days later, their mutilated bodies would be discovered, but not before someone, or something, lived among them, feeding their livestock and eating meals at their table. This is the story of the Hinterkaifeck murders, a case so chilling it has baffled investigators and terrified locals for over a century. What happened inside that farmhouse? And why does it still send shivers down our spines today? Hinterkaifeck was a small, remote farmstead located near Munich, Germany. Life here was simple: hard work, quiet days, and close-knit families. For the Gruber family, life seemed ordinary until strange events began unfolding weeks before tragedy struck. The Grubers were a modest farming family, consisting of Andreas Gruber, his wife Cecilia, their adult daughter Victoria Gabriel, her two young children, and their maid, Maria Baumgartner. Little did they know, their peaceful existence was about to turn into a nightmare. But first, let's rewind to the days leading up to the murders. Something sinister was lurking in the shadows of the Gruber household. Neighbors later recounted hearing unsettling stories from Andreas Gruber himself. He claimed he heard footsteps in the attic, even though no one else lived upstairs. Then there was the mysterious disappearance of the house keys, only to be found days later in an unusual spot. Even more bizarre, a newspaper was discovered torn into tiny pieces in the barn. Who would do such a thing, and why? To make matters worse, the Gruber's previous maid had quit just weeks earlier, claiming the house was haunted. Her replacement, Maria Baumgartner, arrived mere hours before the murders, but she wouldn't live long enough to unpack. On the evening of March 31st, 1922, neighbors noticed smoke rising from the chimney, a sign that all was seemingly normal. But behind closed doors, terror awaited. At approximately 9 p.m., an unknown assailant entered the farmhouse armed with a mattock, a farming tool used for digging. One by one, the Gruber family and their maid were brutally murdered. Their bodies wouldn't be discovered for 3 agonizing days. When authorities finally arrived, they found the bodies scattered throughout the property. Andreas, Cecilia, and Maria Gruber were discovered in the barn, while Victoria and the new maid lay dead inside the house. All showed signs of horrific violence, their skulls crushed beyond recognition. But what makes this case truly spine-chilling isn't just the brutality, it's what happened afterward. Money left behind. Despite the violence, a significant amount of cash remained untouched in the home. Robbery clearly wasn't the motive. Signs of activity. Someone fed the cattle, slaughtered animals for food, and even ate meals at the dinner table after the murders. This suggests the killer stayed on site for several days. A smoking cigar. Investigators found a cigar in the kitchen, yet none of the Grubers smoked. Was this left intentionally to taunt them, or was it simply overlooked by the murderer? These clues paint a picture of a calculated, cold-blooded killer who felt no fear, not even when surrounded by the bodies of their victims. So, who could have committed such a heinous act? Over the years, countless theories have emerged. Robbery gone wrong. Some speculate thieves panicked during the burglary, leaving money behind due to haste. Personal vendetta. Could a neighbor or acquaintance have sought revenge against the Grubers? Supernatural elements. Locals whispered about curses and ghostly presences haunting the farm. Serial killer. Theory. Others believe the murders were part of a larger pattern by an unidentified serial offender. But which theory holds water? And why has the truth eluded us for over a century? The Hinterkaifeck murders remain one of Germany's darkest mysteries, a grim reminder of how little we truly understand about human nature. To this day, no arrests were made, and no definitive answers exist. Perhaps the real question isn't who killed the Grubers, but whether we'll ever uncover the secrets buried beneath that blood-soaked soil. Don't forget to like, subscribe, and share your thoughts in the comments below. Do you think the killer acted alone, or was something far darker at play? Hit the notification bell so you don't miss future episodes exploring history's greatest mysteries.